number 10, we have Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great died on 323 before Christ after a short illness. Exactly what the illness was is a subject for debate, but some historians believe that he was poisoned. In 15 years of conquest, he never lost a battle. After he defeated the Persians, Alexander started to dress like them. He named more than 70 cities after himself and one after his horse. Alexander had a reputation of being a big drinker. In one drunken incident, he argued with his friend and general, Cletus the Black, and killed him by throwing a javelin into his chest. There are some theories that alcoholism contributed to his early death. He died at the age of 32 years old. But the cause of Alexander's death remains one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. At number 9, we have Cleopatra. Cleopatra, the last ruler of Ptolemaic Egypt, died on either the 10th or 12th of August 30 before Christ in Alexandria. It's believed that Cleopatra committed suicide by allowing an Egyptian cobra to bite her, but according to the Greek and Roman historians, Cleopatra poisoned herself using a toxic ointment. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. She was 39 years old. Cleopatra was not Egyptian. While she was born in Egypt, she traced her family origins to Greece and Ptolemy Soter, one of Alexander the Great's generals. She was a product of incest. More than a dozen of Cleopatra's ancestors tied the knot with cousins or siblings. Cleopatra herself married both her brothers. She was living in Rome at the time of Caesar's assassination. At number 8, we have King William II of England. King William II of England was killed by an arrow while out hunting. It may not have been an accident. He was 43 or 44 years old. William remains to be the last English king who won his crown by force. This is likely a record which he will keep for the rest of history, unless Prince Harry mounts a coup against his brother William in 10 or 12 years. Some say it's not an arrow that killed him. Some say William died after his horse reared up against a 1087 battle, throwing the king against his saddle so forcefully that his intestines ruptured. An infection set in that killed him several weeks later. William II of England is an ancestor of millions of people. Who knows, he might be one of yours. At number 7, we have Zachary Tyler. Zachary Tyler was the 12th President of the United States, serving from March 1849 until his death in July 1850. Almost immediately after his death, rumors began to circulate that Tyler was poisoned by pro-slavery Southerners, and similar theories persisted into the 21st century. He was 65 years old. Doctors of the day believed his death was caused by cholera, contracted after eating fresh cherries and drinking milk on a summer day. But there were rumors to the effect that he had been poisoned because of his stance against the spread of slavery. More than 140 years later, his body was exhumed to be established that he had not been poisoned but died of natural causes. At number 6, we have King Tutankhamun. King Tut died at the age of 19 years old, and nobody knows for sure what happened. His death is a mystery. The reason his death is a mystery is that there were so many things wrong with him that it's hard to tell which one finished him off. King Tut was in horrible health. He had malaria for one, and he was born with so many genetic disabilities that historians are convinced his parents must have been brother and sister. He had a club foot, he needed a cane to walk, and genetic defects that some believe may have made his death nothing more than a matter of time. Until now, the best guesses as to how King Tut died have included a hunting accident, a blood infection, a blow to the head, and poisoning. At number 5, we have Mary Pinchot Meier. Mary Pinchot Meier, ex-wife of a top CIA official, good friend of Jackie Kennedy, and mistress of President J.F. Kennedy, was murdered on the 12th of October, 1964, 2 days before her 44th birthday. She was shot at close range, in the head and heart. The murder weapon was never found. A man named Ray Crump Jr. was found nearby with wet clothes, and the 2 men who heard the shots told police they had seen Crump standing over the body. He was arrested on account of homicide, but he was later found not guilty due to lack of evidence. Some theories have been made that Meier's death was related to J.F. Kennedy's assassination just 1 year earlier. At number 4, we have Hagerman. Despite the fact that a neighbor witnessed the abduction of 9-year-old Amber, the case has never been solved. Amber was riding her bike up and down her block when someone in a dark pickup truck grabbed her. 4 days later, her body was found. Her throat was cut and her body thrown in the creek. Amber's death was the motivation for the Amber Alert, which helps police, media and the public work together to find missing children. Jim Kivel witnessed Amber's abduction from his backyard. He describes Amber's kidnapper as a white or Hispanic male, aged between 20 and 40 years old, under 6 feet tall with a medium build. Who do you think killed Amber? Let me know down in the comments below. At number 3, we have Dianna Freeman. On March 29, 1995, Dianna followed her usual Wednesday routine of going out with friends and visiting her boyfriend. Her curfew was at 10 p.m. When she was not home by midnight, her mom tried unsuccessfully to reach her on her pager. Her boyfriend, considered the last person to see Freeman alive, admits walking her home that night, but says he left her halfway, which according to Dianna's mother was unusual, as he had always walked her all the way home prior to that night. Dianna's body was found behind a senior housing complex 4 days after her 17th birthday. An autopsy revealed she had been strangled and her murder remains unsolved. Her family puts up a billboard every year to find her killer. At number 2, we have Princess Diana. Was Diana's death an accident or murder? The official explanation after an intense inquest that she died after an accidental road crash in a Paris tunnel in 1997, yet many believe that we have not been told the whole truth about Diana's death, nor that it was an accident. There are a few theories. These theories are according to Colin McLaurin. Number 1, Diana was killed because of her relationship with Dodi Fayed. Theory number 2, the royal family was involved in her death. Theory number 3, Diana was killed because of her work against landmines. Theory number 4, Diana's car was run off the road by a Fiat Uno. The owner of the alleged Fiat has never been found. Theory number 5, there was an unexplained bright flash before the Mercedes entered the tunnel. Theory number 6, it really was an accident. You be the judge. At number 1, we have Amy Dudley. Amy Dudley died on the 8th of September 1560 at the age of 28 years old. Amy Dudley was the first wife of Lord Robert Dudley, favourite of Elizabeth I of England. She is primarily known for her death by falling down a flight of stairs, the circumstances of which have often been regarded as suspicious. In 1553, Amy's husband, Robert Dudley, was condemned to death and imprisoned in the Tower of London, where Amy was allowed to visit him. After his release, the couple in strained financial circumstances until with the accession of Elizabeth I in late 1558. Dudley became Master of the Horse, an important court office. The Queen soon fell in love with him. There was talk about Amy, who did not follow her husband to court, was suffering from an illness, and that Elizabeth would perhaps marry her favourite should his wife die. The rumours grew more sinister when Elizabeth remained single against the common expectation that she would accept one of her many foreign suitors.